I am Belinda Lewis. I am an attorney, conveyancer or property lawyer, and notary public with STBB law firm. At the end of 2026 will mark 30 years that I've been with the firm, having started as a young 23-year-old with a law degree in January of 1997, and here I sit today. I joined a firm way back then which was very focused on property law and conveyancing. And around me at STBB at that time, not known as STBB, but Buchanan Boys Thompson Smithers then, were some very strong attorneys and property attorneys at that, conveyancers. So I had some experience, as you do when you're an article clerk. We were called those days, nowadays, candidate attorneys. And I joined the property department and never left. I enjoyed the work. I looked up to the conveyancers who were my principals. I was like a sponge, learning from them. Conveyancing is a start to finish, ring-fenced, mostly, transaction, which has milestones and steps to it, processes you follow. And I absolutely enjoy working with people across every generation, cultures, different backgrounds, etc. And that is what conveyancing brings in. It's property and people. So if you consider what we do on a daily basis, we could be dealing with a first-time home buyer. We could be dealing with an elderly couple who are moving to retirement stage. We deal with property investors, property speculators. We deal with families upscaling, but also downscaling. So I could go on and on. It is a wonderful area of law to get into. There is a lot of administrative work that go with these new regulations and tightening up. But I will say that the Alienation of Land Act of 1981 remains unchanged. And in 2025, recording this video, you still cannot sign an agreement of sale electronically or digitally. You have to sign it manually in wet ink by hand, and that remains the case. So we've evolved over the years in so many positive respects, technologically speaking, and right now on our plate is artificial intelligence and how it is going to affect our industry, which it certainly will, and we are looking very closely at that now. In terms of employment equity, just leaps and bounds. But moving on to women in our firm and in the industry, it being Women's Month, August, we can proudly speak to the fact that we have a 45% representation of female directors, a 60% representation of female attorneys of our 121 attorneys in total. And when I started, there was but one female director out of approximately 15 at the time. So that is certainly positive and something that we embraced to the full. So walking the journey with the clients is most definitely a joy for me, and working with my team behind the scenes. I have the most incredible team within this greater firm of ours, mentoring my juniors who come through my team, my candidate attorneys. Behind every good conveyancer is an excellent team which I have. That is very much a high of the job for me. Day in and day out, I seek to be fair to both seller and buyer. But I do seek with my team to protect the parties from arguing with one another by making sure that they meet their obligations in terms of the contract. I'm all about prevention is better than cure. Certainly one of my absolute life essences is communication. Communicate how things must work, communicate delays and problems, and communicate within your team. There are many players involved in what it is that we do. There are a lot of parties. So very many parties involved needing to balance all of that. So my principles of balance, fairness, and then obviously applying my analytical and thorough approach comes into it. For me, there are quite a few P's. It's like property, people, pieces of a puzzle. There's pressure. You've got to look to prevent things from happening. And certainly, as you can tell, something that I'm still passionate about. So I was appointed a director to the firm when I was 29. For me, was one of my proudest moments in my life. And then very more recently, our firm turned 125 years old. We were established in 1900 and just immensely proud of where we have come from and where we are now. It's onwards from here, but looking around the room at our recent function we had, just immense pride, gratitude, and reflection.